Hello, internet and people in the earth right now. It is me, Maya, at Gen Con 2019. I'm from Secret Hitler and Breaking Games, and I am here to interview some really rad Extra Life Funko Games people.
Cool.
So why don't one of you tell me what is Extra Life? What's going on with that?
Yeah,
About
sure.
Lou? This is Lou? This
Well,
is
hi, I'm Lou. Yeah, I'm Lou, Director of Community for Extra Life at Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. And Extra Life is this amazing way for gamers, but really anyone, to unite and raise money for their local Children's Miracle Network Hospital. So if you think about it, in traditional fundraising, you can ask friends and family to donate, but instead of like having like a walkathon or a runathon, we dedicate a day of play throughout the year. Play any game you want, tabletop games,
What?
video games.
Yeah, I'm looking at you wide-eyed because this is awesome.
Role-playing
I didn't know about it, so I just
Yeah.
keep looking at you. You're like, we're doing all these things, and I'm like, keep going.
Right, and so it's a way for money to be raised for your local community. So you're
That's
helping
awesome.
kids in your local hospital.
So where does this take place? How do you get involved?
Well,
in
it's
Extra Life?
DIY. Yeah, it's DIY. So it takes place wherever you want it to take place.
Awesome.
So you just head over to extra-life.org.
I'm writing this
You
down.
should do it. You got it.
Are you writing it
You're
down?
writing. Everybody should be writing it
I
down.
know. You think I'm joking, but like, this is really cool.
No, yeah.
I live in Chicago.
Oh
I got a
my
lot of
gosh.
game making friends. I got a lot of need to help people. So like, this is
Absolutely.
really
Yeah,
good. You
so
said extra-life.
extra-life.org. Sign up for a participant page, and that's really, we get you started. We get you everything you're going to need
That
to
is so
be
cool.
successful in raising funds for your local
That
children's
is so
hospital.
cool.
And your local
Honestly-
children's hospital is Lurie Children's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if
You
you're
know
in
all
Chicago. I know your hospital.
You know all of the things. Lou's really knowledgeable.
At least of Extra Life. So.
I mean, I'm down. So, especially as a person who is like running, what's that?
we don't.
Walking, I like chairs.
Cheerathon.
Cheerathon.
This is very exciting.
Cheerathon 2000.
Board games and making people feel better. That's awesome.
Awesome.
So you said we can get involved by going to extra-life.org.
Right.
And you can do that any city, right? Is this international?
Well, interesting. So it supports 170 hospitals across North America.
Okay.
However, we are international. We
Oh.
have people who play and support us from across the globe. Over like 110 countries supported us last year. And last year...
There's not that many countries.
No, that's most of
I'm
it.
totally making that up.
Oh, you're making it up?
No, I am not.
Oh, okay. I was like, Lou don't lie to me.
I would never lie.
There
no.
are that many
He would,
countries.
he would never lie.
It's incredible. Last year, participants, about 50,000 participants from over 110 countries
That's rad.
raised $13.5 million for our hospitals across the network.
Awesome.
So that's a lot of gamers with some big hearts.
Yeah, if you like gamers, and if you have a heart that is big, or maybe even a small one, still do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. All right. So what, however, is Funko Games? We've got Extra Life. We know what that is. We're feeling very good about it. But how does that intersect with Funko Games?
Well, so that's interesting, but I want to toss it to Ethan,
Oh, toss it
right?
to Ethan.
Because I think he's prepared a joke.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, Ethan, kid champion of one of the hospitals that Lou's talking about, Riley Hospital.
Yeah, internet. This is Ethan. He's cool.
Yeah. Ethan's really cool. You're gonna find out how cool Ethan is like over the next hour.
Mind
yeah.
blown.
So, Ethan, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself
Yes.
too? Tell us a joke.
Hi. Yeah. What do you call a fish with no eyes?
I have no idea, Ethan.
A fish with no eyes.
Fish
Let me think
eyeless.
about. Let me think about it for a second. A
A
fish,
fish that can't see.
no eyes. It's a fish.
No.
There's
Blind
not
fish.
any eyes
No.
on the fish.
Cannot see fish.
Is
Oh.
Uh,
it a fish?
no eyes.
Oh
Eyes.
my gosh.
No eyes.
No eyes. I get it now.
That's good.
Wow.
You are a genius.
Yeah.
I almost didn't get it though.
Did you come up with that joke yourself?
Lou didn't get it.
Well, you masterfully stole it. That was
Wonderful.
amazing.
The delivery was key.
It
I
was-
would watch
That's
that
good.
again before I watch any Netflix comedy
Yeah,
special.
yeah.
Right.
Just
Right.
that for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right, so,
Ethan's
so
great.
to reiterate with Ethan, you're like, why is Ethan here? Like, besides being a master storyteller and,
Yeah, right.
and joke master,
Right.
Ethan is one of our champion kids from one of our hospitals. An excellent example of why we do what we do, why we raise funds for our local Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
Help kids
So,
like Ethan.
Like kids like Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan,
You want to
can
help
you-
Ethan?
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience at Riley Children's Hospital?
Yeah. So first, I wasn't going to Riley, but my doctor said that I had a weird sound coming from my heart, so I went to go to Riley Children's Hospital to get checked out. They said that I had a PDA, which is a patent ductus arteriosus. That is where, when you're born, when you're in the womb, you have 5 vessels. And one of those vessels gets blood through your body without it having to be oxygenated. and that's where oxygen goes into your bloodstream. Well, when you're born, it closes up because you can get oxygen, but mine didn't, so I continually had blood going through my body without having oxygen in the bloodstream. So over the next few years, I've been meeting with Riley Children's Hospital to get it checked out, but yeah, it didn't close, so I had to have surgery when I was 7, and they put a spring in my leg, and then it traveled up and clogged the vessel in my heart, and yeah.
Wait, so now it's fixed?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so good. Thank
how-
you.
Technology.
Thank you, Ethan. Yeah, technology.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for like being excellent and having a great experience like that.
That's
so
awesome.
cool.
How old are you now?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 12.
12.
Cool. So
12.
5 years then since your surgery. Cool.
12.
Yeah, so and Extra Life Funds helps. Sometimes it helps like staff hospitals. Sometimes it helps equipment. Sometimes it helps like research for treatments like that. It's everything. Programs like to hospital like gowns, utensils, whatever. So that's really cool that there's so many different ways
Yeah.
that we can find out how we can help you guys.
Yeah, I'm like absolutely getting involved in this.
Right.
This is amazing.
It's countdown before I'm gonna cry.
We haven't
It's already
had any
started.
tissues. I don't see any tissues.
I'll
You
be
can-
all right. I'll be all right. I'm
You'll
used
be
to
all
it.
right.
Lou's used to it. Yeah.
Lou's used to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're here,
Yeah. Thank you.
and you are totally allowed to cry because your feelings are valid. Just want to let you know that.
Thank you,
All
Mom.
right. So, can you tell us about Funko Games? What's going on with
Yes.
Funko Games?
Yeah, so I'm Stephanie, and I have kind of a unique story about why I am here at Funko Games. So I work for Funko Games, which is we were a game design studio that Funko acquired. We've been making awesome board games since for decades, really.
Nice.
So we have lots of some hits like Disney Villainous and Jaws and. There's lots of them. Monster Crunch,
Yes.
the cereal battle game.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So we have lots of cool games, and we're going to continue to make cool games under the Funko name. Not just games with pops, but we decided that would be our first one. So unique story about how I got to Funko Games.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, through Extra Life, is the reason that I'm employed
Okay.
with Funko Games.
Wow.
Yeah. So I love board games, right? Do you like board games?
Mhm.
Cool. So I love board games, and so I was active on social media, and someone was talking about playing a board game marathon for Extra Life.
Right.
And there were some internet board game industry friends of mine that lived in Seattle. I'm actually from Arkansas. So they were like, why don't we all just get together and do this marathon, this Extra Life marathon? And next thing I know, I'm buying a plane ticket and going
Wow.
to Seattle and meeting these internet people that I've never met in person
Oh wow.
to do an Extra Life marathon.
In Seattle.
Yeah, at Mock Sporting House.
Okay.
Yeah, so then it was Car Kingdom at the time, but now it's Mock Sporting House. So we did that. I met a lot of awesome people. I met, the Extra Life program. And then after that, I got sent to Extra Life United, and I met that. But so that's kind of how I got into the board game industry. Was Seattle is where Funko is, and
Oh, that's
Funko
a-
Games. So I
that's cool.
actually met the people that kind of connected me with those people now. So I literally wouldn't be employed gainfully at Funko Games if it were not for Extra Life.
This is like a
And-
huge
Right.
like success.
Yeah, yeah.
On like so many elements.
Yeah, so I've been doing Extra Life for, 5 years?
Oh, wow.
6, 5?
You can look at your participant
6?
page.
There
to
is a
find
participant
out.
page. It
Oh,
will tell
nice.
me. Yeah. It's really cool. It tells you how many years you've been doing it. So yeah, so 5 or 6 years, I think. Yeah, Extra Life. So so I've been involved heavily, and then that's how I met Funko Games. But I'm excited to announce this game at Gen Con. Well, we announced it at San Diego Comic Con, but we're showing it for the first time for people
Right.
here.
So is it called Funkoverse? This
Yeah,
is the name of the game?
It's called Funkoverse. We wanted to harken back, like Funko is that huge collectible.
Yeah.
I
have several.
Gotta have them. Do you have any Funko Pops? Okay, if you don't, you won't hurt my feelings.
No.
We'll get you some. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I have 3 and they're all Mercy from Overwatch.
Yeah. Oh,
All 3
nice.
of them.
Mercy Main, by the way.
I have 914 hours on Mercy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm disgusting.
We'll get you some pops. You might. They have some Stranger Things pops.
They do.
Oh.
There's a Steve Baskin Robbins exclusive.
Amazing.
Stranger Things pop. Yeah, yeah. So we'll get you some pops. So we wanted to harken back to that fandom and like call out to sort of a love letter to those fans that like the Funko Pops. It's a new size, so it's smaller than the standard size. I don't know if you'll be able to tell because we don't have like a banana for scale here.
Pencil
So,
for scale.
yeah,
There you go.
pencil for scale. So they're 3 inches, so they're smaller, and that's so we could, tactfully and feasibly put them on a map and then be able to move them around. Unique sculpts. And that's the first time that Funko's ever done that size before. So they're not just shrunken down pops that already exist. They're ones that we designed with Funko headquarters and to put into this game. So we also wanted to make sure that it was a game that was accessible. So our studio, before Funko bought us, we go into mass. So we have games in Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, that kind of thing. So we wanted to make sure that it was available, like a game that if someone's like, I don't know how into games I am, but I like Pops,
Right.
so I'm going to get this. So they would be able to play it and then maybe go, you know what, this is really cool. Like, I like games. What are some other board games that are out there?
Nice.
So we wanted to be able to bring in more people into the hobby. But also, it's very scalable for strategy, so it can be as strategic as you want it to be. So there's some ways that you can be, that you can employ that will speak to the heavy gamers,
Cool.
like the board gamers. So people that are in the hobby and play a lot of games, they won't just, be like, that's like an easy game, whatever. So it's something that hopefully everybody can enjoy, and hopefully all of our worlds can collide. Extra Life
Yes.
and Gen Con,
Yes.
and I
Awesome.
should have said more because you were going to continue to say yes,
Yes.
after
Yes.
them.
I wouldn't have stopped.
And Funko and Children's Miracle Network Hospitals.
Yes.
A never-ending story.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
traffic
Make never-ending story Funko Pops. Can I like some of it? I'm gonna demand it.
If you can get, so what's that petition.org? 30,000 people. 30,000 people. Get them to sign it.
Wow.
I'm not saying that we will for sure, but I'm saying do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out here. How about
I'm
a
gonna do it.
never-ending story
Stop.
Funko Pop series
Stop.
that benefits Extra Life? Just throwing it out there.
Oh my
That'd be cool.
god. Too many
That'd
good
be
things
cool.
in that sentence.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed.
What would you want to see? What kind of pops other than Stranger Things?
I don't have any ideas.
No,
What
no
about like
ideas.
food pops?
You think about it.
Like
Just like a banana.
they're
They
like-
have
like a corn dog.
different mascots.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
like the honeybee bee. What's his name?
I don't know.
The little bee
Wait, there's a
mascot.
honeybee with a name?
Yeah, and the like Cheerios.
Oh, you
Cheerios,
mean for
Honey
Cheerios? Cheerios. I was like,
Yeah,
why are you
yeah.
naming these?
Yeah.
Not that you can't, but like that's an interesting hobby that you have. What are you naming? All right, can you tell us like what's the goal of this game? What are you trying to achieve by playing this game?
Yeah, so in this box, which this is our 4-pack, we have 6 different SKUs, and it's the same core system all across the SKUs. So it's the same game, no matter what license you're getting, whether we have DC Batman shown here, but we also have Harry Potter
Awesome.
and Golden Girls and Rick and Morty upon
Wait,
launch.
and Golden
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
love
Golden
the
Girls
Golden
too.
Girls.
So this is the 4-pack. So you get 4 figures. It's a double-sided map. So this is one side of the map, and then there's another side of the board. There's 4 scenarios. So these are double-sided too, and it'll show you how to set up
Set up
for
the
the
board
scenario.
differently based on the
Mhm.
scenarios. Okay,
Yeah,
neat.
and they're kind of sort of your standard scenarios. Like this one in particular is the flag scenario, so it's kind of capture the flags
Okay, cool.
kind of deal. So there's a couple of different ways to score. These are your points, these little fragments here.
Ooh, those look neat.
Yeah, those are cool. We
Okay,
have
gotcha.
an industrial designer in-house, so he designed these.
These are super cool.
3D printed and,
Nice.
sent the designs off to the factory. So these are custom,
And you said
custom
those were,
fragments.
what do they represent in the game?
These are points. So
Points,
these, yeah, these
okay,
are what
cool.
these are what you want to get. If you saw the teaser trailer that Funko released, it's really cool. Man, their animation is amazing.
Nice.
It has all of these characters kind of enter in, and then a fragment falls from the sky, and then they like jump after the fragment. So there's kind of a story behind them all wanting to get these fragments.
Cool.
Yeah, and why they're all kind of together in this different world. So.
What are some of the other scenarios you can play?
We have a control scenario, territory, and leaders. So there's some scenarios where they've all got to get to one area and kind of stay there, and then the control scenario, that obviously you want to control that particular
Right.
area. So some of them are more like PvE,
Okay.
versus environment. So some
Yeah.
of them are more like get stuff, and some of them might kind of be like more suited to combat and such like that.
Okay.
So
And I see this is a 2 to 4 player game.
yeah,
Who
so.
are you playing? Are you playing against each other, or is it cooperative, or?
Yeah, so it's normally like team v team
Okay.
type of thing. So you can play with as many people as you want, really. You can do 2 figures versus 2 figures, and you can have just one person on each side, or you and I could play against Ethan and Lou.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, or you could even have 3 figures versus 3 figures, and you could play with 3 people versus 3 people. Honestly, you can do whatever you want.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
the Funko motto is everyone's a fan of something, and we want kind of it to be sandboxy. We want people to be able to like create their own scenarios if they want to, put maps together if they want to,
Super
so
cool.
we
Sky's
want
the
people to,
limit.
yeah. So we've got plenty of rules in there for you to be able to play if you don't want to do that stuff too. But like Funko is all about customization too. Like they have like a fan custom pop contest, every year. So if people
not
can
know that.
customize this game, then that would be really cool.
So what are some of these other components here? We've got these like cool dice going on.
Yeah,
What
these
those
are
for?
these are custom dice. So these are for the combat system. The reason we wanted dice in the game for a combat system, so that there's like a little bit of luck involved. It creates those moments where you play a lot of board games with dice. You do? Yeah. So when you roll, like you're like, come on, dice, love me today, love me today. And then you roll, oh, so like that's a critical, and then that's a success, and
Oh,
that
that's
feels
good.
really good.
That was a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
roll.
that's a good roll. Yeah, I'm never rolling.
Well done.
Yeah.
Do it again. Let's test.
Yeah, yeah. So it creates those fun moments, those tense, like, oh, can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? And then you roll, and it's like, oh, we did it. So we like that sort of surprise element being in the game where it can create those fun moments like that. So
So you're
these-
saying the exclamation points are good.
the exclamation point
What
is
do
a
those
critical.
do? Critical.
The starburst,
Critical hit?
yeah, critical hit,
Okay.
or a critical defense.
Okay.
The starburst is for the challenger, so that's sort of like an attack or
Okay.
a hit. But the shield is for a defense. So we have the critical. We made that actually work for both sides.
Okay.
For the challenger and the person being challenged, and the defender.
Are those the only 3 images on the dice?
Yep. We have
Okay.
3 hits,
Right.
2 defense, and then 1 critical. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the dice.
What's going on with this ABCD situation?
Yeah, so this is these are tokens that
Okay.
you can collect to gain fragment points.
Right, okay.
Another way that you can gain fragment points is by knocking out your opponent. So I'll just
How do
a
you do
little
that?
example.
Yeah.
So if you challenge an opponent, so say Batman challenges Harley, and you do the dice roll off deal.
Oh, you roll.
Yep. Then if he succeeds, then Harley would be knocked down.
Oh, no.
If anyone else knocks Harley out, whether it be Batman or Joker, or if you're playing with another character, if you succeed on a challenge while she is down,
She's already
she
down.
is knocked out, and she goes on the cooldown track on the
Dang.
1, and then Batman's team would get a point. would get
Yeah,
a
so what
fragment.
is this? You said it's a cooldown track?
The cooldown track is like kind of one of our unique mechanisms in this type of game. So the cooldown track, lots of things will go on it. Some special abilities that you use, you'll put a token on it. The characters go on it, and these points go on it. So as you play each turn, things tick down the cooldown track, so
Okay.
they'll come back into play. So these points, the tokens will come back into play, your characters will come back into play, and your abilities will come back into play. So the more powerful the ability, it might be one that you have to place higher up on the cooldown track, so
Right.
it'll take longer for you to be able to get it back and
So
play it again.
are those little point things abilities?
Yep, these are abilities, and this is one of the ways I was talking about where you can add strategy to the game. So each character comes with certain tokens that they'll put into the shared token pool.
Okay.
And whenever they want to do one of these abilities, so if Batman wants to do a grappling swing, it says a 3, and it has this blue symbol
I
on
see.
it. So you put that on the cooldown track
3.
here, and that's a 3. And notice that he doesn't have any more blue tokens
No,
in
he
his
doesn't.
pool, so he's got to wait a couple of turns before that can come back, before he can do a grappling hook again.
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, patience is a virtue.
Wow.
So that's one of the ways you can build your team. If you really like the grappling hook, maybe pair Batman with other characters that put blue tokens into the pool,
Right.
so that you got more blue tokens to spend.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, so do each of the characters have different like techniques of attack and
Oh yeah,
defense
they're
then?
all super custom,
Cool.
and we put a lot. We are geeks.
Yes.
So we put, we are fans. We are fans of these
Awesome.
licenses. We are fans of this stuff. So we put a lot of thought into that and making sure that these characters are thematic. We start with how do we want this character to feel? How do we want, we want Batgirl to be really powerful, so let's put these kinds of moves in there. Like, what kinds of moves does Batgirl do?
Yeah, she's got some great stuff. Flying tackle.
Yeah, she's got a flip kick. That's cool,
That's baller.
right?
Can't
Have
do
you ever
that.
done a flip kick?
Has anyone? Except for Batgirl?
I don't think
She's
so.
the flip
never,
kick queen.
Never been done. Yeah. And each of these, as you'll see, we kind of have these set up. So Batman
Yeah,
and
you did
Joker are on
something.
the same side.
That's weird. Are
In
they
this
really?
scenario, because you can mix them up. So these bases come off, and you can create your own team.
Wow.
So you can do Batman
on
and
the same
Batgirl. You can stay canon or thematic, and do Batman and Batgirl, or
Or
you can do
get some chaos.
Yeah. They also have these items. So this is kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. I
Want
was
to check
actually
that
gonna ask
out?
about that
Yeah.
when it comes
So
out.
the items come out, and they can be moved. They can go to anyone. So like Joker could have a Batarang if you
Okay.
want. So the box comes with 2 items that you can decide to draft on either side of the team, and that character will have that item for the whole game.
Yeah, so this one's got a mallet and the batarang, or
Mm-hmm.
like a huge hammer and the batarang. What are some other items that you have in the game?
What do you think Golden Girls has?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Cheesecake?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes! I love the
Real
girls. All seasons are on Hulu right now.
Yeah. We also have Harry Potter.
Awesome.
So I'm going to tell a joke.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
What is Harry Potter's favorite way to go down a hill? No? Ethan? You know this one. Walking. JK, rolling.
Oh my god. I am flabbergasted.
I'll leave. I'm sorry.
No, you just have to donate
That
to your
was
extra life
excellent.
page, that's all.
That was excellent. I'm gonna need
you like that one?
and Ethan
Yeah.
to just like have so much
Yeah.
joke success for the
We got
rest
this.
of the time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like find you guys and be like, "What's up? You got a joke? How you doing? Is there a joke? Okay, cool. So we got Cheesecake for the Golden Girls. Excellent. Very glad I got that right. Harry Potter's got some stuff. What are some of the other ones? Is it just Golden Girls? DC.
Golden Girls, DC Batman, and there's actually, so we have 4 packs and we have 2 packs.
Oh, what's the 2-pack?
So some people, the idea, if it's smaller, is that it's an expansion, but actually each game is its own playable game.
Oh.
So this actually has 2 figures and it has 2 generic tokens in it.
Okay.
So you can actually play 2v2. But you'll
Okay.
have the 2 special figures and it'll come with 1 item. And the 4 packs come with the 4 figures and the 2 items. It also comes with 2 generic tokens, so you can play 3v3 with this. But you could take this and put it with this and do 3v3 with these figures.
Excellent combined.
If you want, yeah. And this will have whole new different maps and scenarios, so you can mix and
Unlimited
match.
fun.
and
There's so
yeah.
much to do.
Yeah, you could kind of take your favorite combination of scenarios, maps, characters, and combine them all.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
So wait, we talked about these. We talked about those. What are those?
What are the nose?
Those, like,
the
angry-
nope.
the angry thing.
That's to symbolize whenever your character has taken its turn.
Okay.
So whenever
Okay.
you've taken your turn, so yeah, the game will go. We'll start by flipping the token to see if the goodies or the
Oh,
baddies
yeah,
go
what-
first. Okay, so that's
Wait,
the
is there some-
baddies.
What's on the other side?
It's the light
Oh,
and the
I see.
dark.
I
Yes,
see. Okay.
kind of represents the bases and stuff.
The bases. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
so if the baddies go first, then they get to pick a character to go, and then they take all the actions they can with that character. They can move, they can challenge,
Mhm, I see that
they
listed
can help.
here.
Yeah, they can assist, so they can pick each other up. Although they're rivals, so they wouldn't. But
Mm-hmm.
if she's down, then she can pick her up. They can rally if they're knocked down to get back up. You know, because they get knocked down, but they get up again.
Oh my God,
You're
right?
never gonna keep 'em
You're
down.
never going to keep them down. Impossible. What does this little 2 mean? In the
That
set?
is how many dice you roll if you were the defender in a challenge. So in this particular set that we have here, they are all
I was gonna
twos.
say
But
they're
in
all
some of the
twos.
other sets, Voldemort and Hermione in the Harry Potter 4-pack are actually both ones. Yeah. But Voldemort has the most powerful attack special ability in the game.
Oh, what is it?
What do you think it is?
Turning into a mist. That could be one.
He can roll 6 dice. Do
Oh,
a
my.
challenge 6. And roll 6 dice against
He
someone.
rolls 6 dice.
Yeah, 6
But he
dice.
only rolls 6 dice during exam week because that's the only time Voldemort attacks children. He just waits the whole rest of the year. He's like, oh, I can't wait till the 2nd week of May. I'm gonna surprise Harry Potter like he's never seen.
Have you seen Harry Potter?
For a few.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's cool. If you, yeah, that's cool. It's okay.
Very silly. It's very
okay.
silly. All right. So let's see. We got these. We got these. What's going on with this?
That's the flag that is specific to this
This
scenario.
is the Captain Flag scenario.
And we actually have some extra tokens that are used in other scenarios and things like that that are
Okay.
in the box. But yeah, those are the flags. You've got to get to those areas.
And there are these. I see that she gathers intel, and then these little cute intel cards. What are
Yeah.
what are these little intel cards?
Yeah, some of them will have special cards that come with them or things. So like Joker has these mystery box
Oh, what are those?
tokens.
Oh yeah, 'cause I saw on his
he's-
cards.
Yeah, he
mystery
sets
box.
them down and he explodes them because he's rude like that.
Yeah, he's super rude.
But Batgirl is super smart.
Yeah, she's smart.
If you're familiar with the comics and familiar with Batgirl, she's super smart. So she can help decrease the ability costs of her allies
Oh, that's right.
by gathering intel, by taking a special ability, which is
Yeah,
a
the
silver
gathering.
2. She would take a silver token, put it on that 2, and then she can gather intel and give that to her allies.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that there are a lot of different elements to this game, and then it's really customizable based on some of the other packs you've got.
Mm-hmm.
What is something about the game that you think makes it stand out in the crowd of games in the world right now?
Good question, because there's so many games. There's at
So
least
many
10.
games. Like maybe
There's at least
11.
10 in Gen Con.
I think it's
There's at
only.
least 10 games.
I think it's only 11.
There's so many games coming out. What are some of your favorite board games? Not to put you on the spot.
I like a lot of card games.
Card games.
Nice.
Pathfinders. which is
Nice.
like Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
I like some of those games where you like work together, but then like
Cooperative games. So this is kind of like that, right? So if you and I were on a team against Maya and Lou, we would win.
All right.
First of all,
Yeah.
obviously.
Hi.
I didn't know you were so comfortable lying on screen like
Right.
that. It's really interesting that you just lied. That you just told that lie. I'm just like that the whole internet witnessed that lie because we would obviously we would win.
Ethan, Ethan's like, yeah, he's our sleeper Funkoverse.
Honestly, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if anyone was going to destroy me in a game, it's gotta be Ethan.
Mhm. I had actually a young lady come in for a demo, and she like was smoking us. She was telling her dad was doing it, and she was like, "You're doing that wrong. Like this is how you do it. It's like this. It's like this."
Oof.
Like, I basically taught you all how to play the game already.
That's
you know?
true.
There's just a few other things. They have some passive abilities, you know, like specific rules, but you pretty much know how to play the game. You can move, you can challenge. You want to get to these points, these tokens, so you can get points. The cooldown track, you asked about like what I think is the innovative. The cooldown track I think is really neat because you can spend these tokens and do really powerful abilities, but some of those games have a balance issue where it's like you just do that powerful ability over and over and over again. Just why would you do any other ability? You know, I'm just going to do that ability. So you can always do basic actions, but if you want to do the more powerful stuff, you've got to spend the tokens to do it, and then it might be a little bit before you get those tokens back.
I see some cards here that I didn't notice before. We've got henchman and police officer. What are those cards?
Good question. Yeah, good segue, Maya.
What up?
Those are the generic tokens I was talking about. I think I actually have them here.
Cool.
So those are some generic tokens that you can add to this game to make it a three-figure versus three-figure game right out of the box.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So yeah, so you can have, and you can still play, like we could still play these three figures together.
Right,
We
of
would just
course.
maybe decide, maybe you would take Joker and I would take Batman, and then we both decide what we want the henchman to do. The henchman can do all of the basic actions that the figures can do, but they just don't have the special abilities or the passives. So they're defensive 2, and to show when they're knocked down, you turn it over, and if they're knocked out, they go on the cooldown track just like anything else.
Okay, so you may have said this before, but I just want to double check. So you got lots of different worlds of this game. Can you combine them?
That is a good question, Maya.
Yeah.
Each set is its own standalone game. Like
Yeah, right.
this is a standalone
Right,
game.
right.
This is a standalone game.
Right.
But it is all same core rules system. So it's
So like
basically the
sort
same
of?
rules. So comes with different maps and scenarios. You can pick and choose your favorite map.
I
and
just
scenario
need to
and
know if I
character
can have
combo.
Voldemort throw a cheesecake at Harry Potter.
Funko believes that you can do anything that you want to do.
Then I'm gonna have Voldemort throw a cheesecake at Harry Potter. Oh wow.
That actually would be funny.
What a highlight of my day. Okay. So is there anything else about the game that you think is really important that people should know?
I guess
cool tips and tricks.
the
or
like
something?
the like housekeeping stuff is
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
available for pre-order now.
Oh, cool.
So you can pre-order it. GameStop, Target, Walmart, and hobby stores are able to pre-order it from their distribution, and it'll be available in stores everywhere October 1st.
Nice.
All over every store.
Every
Go into a
store.
store, it's there. Go into a store, it's
Awesome.
also there. Go to another store, it's also there. Are you
Just
gonna get it?
everywhere
Are
you
you gonna
go.
be waiting in line October 1st?
Grocery store also.
I think
there.
we can get you a copy. We might have one. We might have a copy somewhere.
Ethan should have like a rad copy. He should
Yeah.
have like gold-plated
Right.
Funko.
Yeah,
copy.
yeah. So, and that's a good point too. We want to support organized play. That's kind of like a hobby term, organized play.
Yeah.
What that means is we want to make sure that there are things in place in those hobby stores, like a Funkoverse Thursday or something, where if you don't know how to play the game or you want a refresher, you know, you can go into a store and go, a local store, and on a Thursday and get a demo. And we'll have some special items available there for people that do that participate in those community play days. So we might have a golden mallet or something like that.
I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
That is so neat.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans right now for like expansions or expanding the world of the game, or where do you see the game moving forward past your launch?
Yeah, we are very excited about it, and we see no reason, if you like the game, that we wouldn't keep adding
Cool
more
stuff.
things into the Funkoverse. Yeah, the possibilities are endless. Funko has a host of licenses, obviously, and we may not be able to do all of them.
Right, right.
But we definitely want to do some really cool stuff. So happy to hear suggestions always.
I just want to let you know that if you make an Overwatch version of this game, I'm gonna buy it. I don't care how much it costs.
Good to know.
It'll be like 10 grand.
Speaking
All right,
of
still
cost,
gonna buy it.
yeah, the 4-pack is $39.99. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
with the 4 figures
That's really solid.
and the map, the double-sided map, all the scenarios, the dice and the fragments, and then the 2-pack, which this one has Robin and Catwoman.
Nice, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
the 2-pack is $24.99.
That's really rad.
Yeah, and we have that, the 4 and the 2 for Harry Potter, and then the Golden Girls and the Rick and Morty are 2-packs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then back to Extra Life. Can we sign up for this whenever?
Absolutely, yeah.
Literally
It's
just whenever?
year round, so you can hop on any day of the
the
year,
whoever's.
24/7. Sign up for that page, and then you can buy your Funko verse game.
I know.
Right, and then you can take it to a day of play
Mhm.
and get friends and family involved, having an amazing time. And there's something about tabletop gaming that's really kind of conducive to Extra Life, is because yet you're in that same space. Like video games, of course, we support that, and by and large, our community does play a lot of video games. But every year, tabletop has grown, which is the reason why we're here, because we see that desire for people to want to give back.
Mhm.
But there's also there's a sense of community that grows out of the tabletop community that is very. It had lots of synergy with what we do at Extra Life. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people to people, like hands-on, we're sitting together, we're choosing to come together to like do this activity
Mhm.
together. We're choosing to spend that time, we're, committing to that time together, and yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's like perfect fit. Board games and Extra Life,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about community, and I love the board game community. And I think it's really important that we support something like this, because it's like, we're already doing something that we love, so why not do something we love that also helps people?
Exactly.
All right.
What do you think about that, Ethan?
I think it's a great concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Ethan's been a strong Extra Lifer with us for several years now. And so he's not only was a patient at one of our child patient at one of our hospitals, but he also supports his hospital by playing games.
Yeah, he
The whole
plays,
family
plays
does,
games.
actually, right?
He plays
Right,
games
Mom?
and raises
Yeah.
money. What kind of
Yeah,
games
that's
do you
so
play?
He said Pathfinder before. I remember.
Yeah, other than
Yeah.
that, but for the stream, or for not for the stream, but just for fundraising.
Online, I play Smash Bros.
Nice.
I
Cool.
play some like Mario Maker.
Oh,
every
that's
so
awesome.
often.
That's nice.
I
Who's your favorite character in Smash Bros?
probably Kirby.
Yes.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice. Yeah.
Good choice.
Do you have a
Solid.
Kirby pop?
Because he eats them. Yeah, do you have a
Oh.
Nerd
Nintendo is a license that Funko does not have. Nintendo, if you're listening.
That's valid. Yeah. That would be cool, though. I would love that. I would love like a Yoshi pop that poops eggs.
I mean,
Seriously.
Legend of Zelda,
I would love any
Mario.
pop that poops eggs, actually.
Huh.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pop that poops eggs.
Yeah.
It's
Pop
very
that poops
specific.
Any pop. Like Chicken Run pops. You make some Chicken Run chickens.
What do you think about pops that poop eggs?
Good.
A good
Yeah,
concept.
it's a good choice.
It's a good
You heard it
concept.
from Ethan. Amazing. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us, telling us about your awesome game. Do you guys have a booth here at the con?
We do. We have booth 2049 in the exhibit hall where you can go get a quick demo of the game. And we also have room 141 where we're doing full demos of the game. You can register for that. Other cool thing, I'm not wearing it, but there's an exclusive Gen Con shirt. It's a popified Genevieve, which is the Gen Con dragon, the big red dragon, if you've ever seen it. So it's like a popified Genevieve on a
Take my
shirt.
money.
It's only here.
Take my money.
Only here.
Where's my wallet?
That's really cool. We also
Take
have
my
some
money.
posters. So this art, I guess I didn't really talk about the art. We have
Oh,
some
yeah.
amazing illustrators that worked on this game, as you can see.
It looks really
but
good.
the art is fantastic. We have some huge posters of the art that you can get, and you can purchase limited copies of the game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right. And Extra Life has a booth on the floor
Nice.
as well,
Nice.
1357, where we are signing people up, taking donations, and asking them for shares on social media to let people know what we're doing, and all that gets you some really cool swag. Do you have the buttons? I don't have the buttons on. I'm a bad
I have
representative.
buttons, but I don't have
I think
those
Mom
buttons.
has the buttons. But anyway, cool buttons and an amazing enamel pin.
Nice.
That is and also some dice. We also have some special dice.
Oh, God, nice.
See,
Oh,
we're
nice.
excited.
Did you catch
See-
it?
Brandon
see,
with
look
the
at that.
assist.
See, you see
Oh,
that?
wow.
That is.
That
have
is
one of
cool.
these?
It's like a game controller
Oh,
with
he's
some
got
flag
it on.
lights
Ethan's
he's
got it
got
on.
Yes, on there.
and some
Yeah,
dice.
Yeah, that's-
he was like, "Oh, this pin? Yeah,
this logo, classic.
That's so cool.
that's really cool. Yeah,
Neat.
we have
Oh,
some
but
definitely
pins.
have
We have some pins too, huh?
You don't have one of those
I
yet.
don't.
Oh.
Okay, well, you have that one. No.
No.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Very
put
good.
this right here. No.
Well, yeah, thank you guys for joining us. This felt good. Love the game. Go see their booths and keep enjoying Gen Con.
Awesome.
Bye, Internet.
Thanks, bye.
See you
Fish.
tomorrow. Oh my god, fish.
Fish.